What's up, y'all? It's Tiva about to react to this video. It's titled Jeffree Star is a Mess. Oh Lord, what has Skeletor done now? Oh, this guy in the thumbnail, I saw this video that he posted on TikTok. It just randomly came across my For You page, and he was talking about Kat Von D and how she burned down his family house or something like that when he was a kid, and she calls his family all type of stress. How the hell is Jeffree in this? What does this have to do with him? Skeletor is always in somebody's business. He get on my nerves. Let's see what's going on. Let's watch.
Guys, we have got to talk about the fact that Jeffree Star has found himself in drama with Kat Von D all these years later. She is getting accused of having burned down a house at one point in time. Jeffree has involved himself in this situation. It is a whole mess. We are going to get into everything.
I know you lying.
Jeffree Star has found himself in yet another drama because clearly when isn't Jeffree in some weird scandal that involves Hollywood somehow? It all started when this week Kat Von D, who we already know there's beef between Jeffree and Kat Von D, but Kat was getting called out this week, getting accused of starting a fire that severely damaged someone's Hollywood Hills home more than 16 years ago. And you know, Jeffree Star had to insert himself in this situation some way, somehow, because it involved someone that he is no longer friends with. So the person that was calling out Kat Von D, his name was Tiva, and he posted a TikTok.
Honestly, I was surprised. No shade to this man, but when he was like, "Oh, I was that kid," and I'm like, "Oh, so she was grown and you were a kid?" Because she still looks good to this day. I saw a picture of her not too long ago. So I didn't think she was that old. Or considering how he looks, I'm just like, there's that big of an age gap to where she was a full grown adult when you were a child. Anyway. But I was nosy, so I sat there and listened to the whole video. Now, I've never seen this man before in my life, but for some reason, you know, he captivated me in the first few seconds, so I just kept listening to be nosy.
NDA about this, but he hadn't because he was so young at the time. And now that his mother isn't here anymore, he wants to publicly call out the situation and what happened because it did not seem right to just let this go without address. According to Tiva, his mother rented the property to Kat in 2008. He claimed that the home was filled with candles and that investigators later determined that a candle caused the fire that caused extensive damage to their home, resulting in nearly $1 million.
And I'm not trying to be shady about mentioning this man and the way that he looks, but when he was telling the story, I was like, but then he showed some receipts and I was like, oh, okay. You know, because people be getting online to say anything for clout, so I didn't know what to believe, but he did show some proof, so I was like, okay, it seemed like this was legitimate.
$1 million in losses. He also says that his family spent years dealing with the aftermath and legal battles and believed that the stress took a toll on his mother, who later passed away from cancer.
Morning. I'm going to tell a story that I have had close to my chest since I was a kid. I wasn't able to tell the story or allowed to. Many years ago, my sweet mom had signed an NDA with a celebrity in order to avoid trial and get a settlement. The thing is I didn't sign an NDA because I was just a kid. Well, my mom is no longer here. I want the story to be told because I think that celebrities should be held truly accountable for their actions. It was 2008. My mom had just lost most of her money and she needed to rent the home. But a celebrity came along and wanted to rent the house out. Everything was fine, except for one time I was here with my parents. They were maybe working on something with the house, and I got...
I'll do it in normal speed because the narrator lady, she talks really slow, but he's talking fast.
To meet her, the person renting, and I saw the way that she had lived, and it was bizarre. There were candles everywhere. Candles of all sizes, big, small, wide, every single corner, every mantle, down the steps, along the walls, really everywhere. Along with taxidermy, like a wolf just standing in a bedroom looking at you, and you know, animal heads on walls. Shocker, the house burned. There was a giant...
She does seem like a very creepy lady, and maybe that's why she looks so good still. I don't know. This lady might be in her 50s. Who knows? I don't know anything about her. I know she had makeup. That's all I know. But maybe she doing some weird witchcraft shit. Maybe that's why she's able to still look so young, because she looks pretty young.
On this fire that took place, it was negligence, and the arson investigators declared that it was a candle fire. I just want to give context. There were holes throughout the hardwood floors, smoke damage in the entire home. The only reason that it was, it stood was because it's made from stone. Now, I want to be abundantly clear about something. My mom passed due to cancer. Our family believes that the stress of the fires and the restoration process and the lawsuit is truly what brought it back with such vengeance.
He then alleged that Kat sent his mom hate mail and much more.
Another thing I want to make clear is this person that rented the home and then caused a massive fire throughout the house due to her own negligence had the audacity to send my mom hate mail, hateful, spiteful emails. She was in denial. She was a liar, a narcissist, truly a mean person. All the while, she actually used the home and claimed that it was hers on her TV show, which my mom said she wasn't allowed to do, but didn't have the energy or the heart to pursue her for that. Now, I believe that this woman had very dark energy at the time. My mom did, and my dad did believe the same thing. My mom had a halfway written fiction book about the experience because she wasn't legally able to mention this person's name. And she told me she didn't release it or want to finish it because she was afraid of what this person's energy would then bring forth to her. And I feel that my mom's energy will protect me from whatever this person could do with her own energy. We're big on energy here. So, Kat Von D, I am that little kid that you met back in the day who you destroyed the family home of with your negligence and your candle obsession.
Now, Jeffree Star ended up commenting on the video and said, "I know what really happened. I'm so sorry your family had to go through this." And Tiva...
I know you lying. I know what really happened.
responded and said, "Can we talk in private? Going to DM you now."
Ooh,
and Jeffree was later on stream
business.
talking about the situation as his comment got over 200,000 likes.
It's something really, really dark that happened to somebody. I don't find it funny. I don't find anything about it funny. I had no idea because my comment has so much attention on that man's video. That's why. You guys, me and him are talking directly. I don't owe anyone an explanation. Okay? Me and him are talking. I don't owe anyone an explanation. I had no idea
Morning.
Oh, my comment has 80,000 likes. That's why y'all are up my ass about it. Okay, got it. Okay, I hadn't revisited the video or really seen what's happening.
This whole situation, obviously sad that his family went through that, and RIP to his mama, all that. But I'm just laughing at the ridiculousness of Jeffree because he finds the mess no matter where it's at. And he's trying to come across like, oh, I'm so caring, and oh, I'm so sorry this happened to your family. And maybe he is sorry, I don't know. But just based on what I've seen from him in the past, he just finds a way to just be in people's business, be nasty, be spiteful. And the fact that she mentioned at the beginning of the video that he's no longer friends with Kat Von D, so they may have had a falling out of some sort, so he must have some type of, ill feelings towards her, and that's why he's getting involved in this. For him to be like, I know what really happened. Like, what was, if you just want to say, oh, sorry, what happened to your family, you could have left it at that, but you wanted to be messy in the process. So that's why I'm laughing. I'm laughing at his messiness. Okay, he is a messy bottom, and every time I hear about him, it's a mess. You always in some mess. But yeah.
Oh, they didn't find it, Wendy. We blasted it everywhere, letting the whole world know exactly who that piece is. Well, I'm glad that guy got his truth out. I think it's important, I think that darkness will always come to light. And unfortunately, there's a lot in my head that I have experienced. There's a lot of things that I know. And unfortunately, a lot of my old friends turned out to be really awful, nasty people. So... it is what it is. You don't really fully know that until things settle. But we had a great friendship, and then we didn't. Isn't that how relationships go? People are always so perturbed by stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, sure, because I've had falling out with people as well. Friends, this shit didn't work out. They was on some bullshit. But I wouldn't call any of them hateful, horrible, terrible people. It's just all right, girl, your personality and mine don't mesh well at all. You got some character flaws. I ain't willing to deal with it. Bye. It's that type of time. And I would never feel the need to get involved in any mess that they're involved in to further throw dirt on their name and make them look bad. Out of spite. For what? If we no longer cool, we no longer cool. I'm going to move the fuck on. I don't feel the need to involve myself in their drama that has nothing to do with me, just so I could be my past friends wasn't shit. They was nasty and they was horrible. It's just so that's what I'm laughing at, is just how ridiculous this man is. And this is a pattern. It's not this is a one-off. This happens a lot with him, but whatever.
Haven't we all had friends in life that we don't become friends with anymore.
Yeah, and then we move on.
It's just life. It's just laugh.
Then Kat got online to respond to Tiva's video. And she said that she was not home at the time of the fire, there was no NDA, and that the fire was due to his mom not wanting to hire an electrician to fix stuff around the house.
Ooh,
and
not the
wanting her
candles?
husband to come and fix things around the house.
Tiva is accusing me of burning down his mother's house because I was lighting candles, which is not true. I wasn't even in the home when the fire happened. I was on a book tour. He's also accusing me of having made his mom sign an NDA to where she wasn't allowed to talk about a lawsuit or anything that happened with the fire, which is not true either. We have had people sign NDAs, landlords or people that we do any business with in the beginning when we sign contracts, just so that people aren't selling my information to at the time tabloids and things like that. But after the fire had happened, we never gave an NDA for his mom to sign. So I rented this house from a woman named Deborah back in 2010, which was like 16 years ago, and it was a beautiful house. It was a really small house in the Hollywood Hills, and I loved it so much because it was a very unique house. It was Frankenstein's castle from the 1930s movie, and even though it was tiny, it was perfect for me and my cat, and that's who lived there. It had like one main bedroom, a small kitchen, and then like an entryway that was like a living room. It also had a basement that was turned into a recording studio, and I believe it was from the 1930s, but maybe got revamped later on in the 80s or something. This is where I believe the fire started. I do believe it was an electrical fire, and the arson specialist, the official arson fire guys that came over to inspect everything, literally told us that it was not a candle fire. That this was most likely started in the basement in that old recording studio from some type of faulty wires or from the panel. The reason I bring up this panel electrical situation is because I have the emails where I had asked Deborah on several occasions and told her that there was electrical issues in the house.
And she addresses him, insinuating that the stress caused his mom's cancer to come back, ultimately ending her life.
And losing the stress of losing the house and everything he's saying that it's my fault that her cancer progressed and that I have something to do with her dying, and I feel like that is such an unfair thing to impose on someone. I am beyond sorry for your loss, Tiva. I really am. I can't imagine what it would be like to lose a mother that you're so close with, but at the same time, I didn't set the house on fire. This was a tragedy, and it was out of both of our controls.
Then in the description of the video, she addresses Jeffree Star. She says, furthermore, the video was already so long, so I'll finish here with addressing Tiva's accusations. You were a teenager when I rented from your mother, so I understand that you only know what you've heard as a kid, but I was an adult who had a...
Teenager makes a bit more sense. Sorry, I was just very confused. When we said kid, I'm thinking I don't know, 6, 7. But he was already 16, 17. It's okay, this is making more sense anyway.
Manager, as well as a legal team that kept all files and paperwork, all of which I've gone through now and confirmed since you posted your videos. Filming LA Inc. on the property, your mom was made aware that I was filming. In fact, she never had a problem with it until episodes aired after the fire. And when she actually did pursue it, unlike your theory that she was too tired at the time to pursue, she went directly to TLC/Discovery Channel, as well as the production company who filmed and owned LA Inc. What came from that, I have no idea, as it was not my business deal to make. But I wouldn't be surprised if she actually did get paid. What I do know is that we did check our leasing agreement, and nowhere in it did it say I wasn't allowed to film. But unlike your accusation, I never claimed to have owned the house. After the lawsuit between your mother's insurance company and mine was settled, where your mother gained over 2 times what the entire property was appraised for, hence the beautiful pool addition to the property, your mom sent me a cease and desist for posting that photo of me standing in the fire, the same one you used in your video, as well as a tweet that I posted stating it was an electrical fire. I never made her sign an NDA, but she most definitely enforced a clause to silence me about what really happened. We have that paperwork too. Jeffree Star, you've since made a new video.
Listen, I don't know about this. I don't fucking know these people. Okay, it has nothing to do with me. But it's very interesting because we hear one side of a person's story and we jump to conclusions so quickly. And we're like, oh yeah, oh my God, this is so messed up. And we're 100% on their side because we don't have all the details. But then we have someone else come out and they give their story. And it's like, oh, they fill in the gaps and they provide more clarity to the situation. Now, I don't see any receipts. Maybe she did post them. I'm not about to go look because I don't care that much. Let's be clear. But, if she is telling the truth, it's like, interesting. And obviously he was a kid at the time. He didn't know all of the details, and I doubt his parents revealed everything to him. But yeah, interesting hearing her side.
Saying that you're afraid of my energy and that you've spoken with Jeffree, who claims to know what really happened. I've already disclosed what really happened in my video, so I'm not afraid of you or Jeffree, who is literally famous for publicly lying, especially about me, or attacking anyone with a following to gain any public attention he can.
Ooh.
We have a long history, and frankly, it's exhausting.
Honestly, she is not lying about that. This is what I was just talking about. He does this all the time.
How he just won't stop making content about me. That movie is getting old. Lastly, I encourage everyone to actually watch Tiva's TikTok at Tiva. Go through and watch how from the beginning of making an account around his house, his entire goal, which has no problem proclaiming over and over and over and over again, is to profit off the house. He literally says, it turns out it's not really that cheap to have a castle, so I gotta figure something out. So much of his repetitive content using his mother's death as an excuse to do photo shoots of himself in wet shirts, and somehow that's how he says he's honoring her. I'm not the only one who's calling that out. He literally made a video addressing people who have questioned his sincerity in a lot of his posts. Tiva, your mother's house is beautiful, but you don't need to publicly attack me to get the attention and business opportunities that your house genuinely deserves. I sincerely hope you find peace. Tiva then responded to Kat and said that he had more receipts than her and proceeded to show all of these things about the fire starting from a candle, Kat being home, emails, documents.
Good morning.
Oh, he got a receipt.
I watched Kat Bundy's video. I have email receipts. Kat was not expecting my mom to have set me up with her own email login right before her passing. So I have everything. Correspondence between attorneys, insurance demands, preparations for court if it came to that, and most importantly, the fire reports. Let's start with the first candle fire that Kat Bundy had in the house.
Thanks for the email, for the info. I'm addressing all of your concerns in below email red. Let me know.
She also tried to conceal. I'm going to read from my laptop, but I will put the screenshot on the screen as well. She goes on to say that it wasn't a very big deal, and she's respecting my mom's no smoking rules. The neighbors called the fire department after a candle set off the smoke alarm, claiming there wasn't a real fire. It was no big deal. Well, there's an incident report for that too. She finishes the note by saying, since then I have removed a majority of the candles from my house and thrown them away. Have replaced them with battery-operated flameless candles. Well, now I'm going to show you correspondence between my mom and one of her attorneys at the time. It will explain both fire incidents, and this is what really happened. Well, now that you know that there wasn't one really happened.
God, just say it. I don't want to read all of this. First fire calls. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it says which identified candle as the heat source for the fire. And this incident report was prepared by the LAFD. Which I live by the way. You guys are always hearing them in my videos. I mean, I don't live by them, but I'm in downtown, and there is a major fire department here. It's one of the main ones for all of LA County. So anytime anything happens, they are summoned. So that's why you are always hearing sirens in my vids. Anyway, yes, so they are saying that it was caused by the candle.
Well, now that you know that there wasn't one fire at the home, but two fires at the home, one of which resulted in serious destruction throughout the home, I am going to show you an official fire report from an investigator. I left the case number in the report as well as the investigator's name. There were multiple investigators, both sent from the insurance companies as well as private.
And then you get another side of the story. It's just like, all right, there's a lot going on, child. I don't know. He's seeming more believable at this point. He came with way more receipts. I didn't see nothing from her.
Forensic, arson, they all had the same findings. Kat Von D goes on to make my mom out to sound as though she was a petty landlord, and she makes me sound like I'm a money-hungry son who's looking to make money off of this situation. I'm not making $1 off of it.
Now, as far as what Jeffree knows, Tiva does claim that he might not even want to know what Jeffree has to offer to tell him because it sounded so dark.
I spoke briefly to Jeffree Star about possibly talking in private. The truth is, I'm not so sure that I even want to do that yet, because what he may know, I don't know if I want to know about the situation. And I can tell you, anybody who watches this video, there's a lot more than meets the eye. There are pieces of information and things that happened that you're not going to find on the internet, you're not going to find in court cases. There's a lot, and there are reasons why this person's energy makes me nervous, and why I was really nervous to even tell the story. And there's a reason why my mom was apprehensive to release the book.
So who knows what Jeffree is claiming that he knows? But one thing about Jeffree is that he's always inserting himself in a situation, and who knows what his true intentions are for inserting himself in a situation. If it is to get attention, or if it's to get back at Kat, if it's because he thinks this guy's cute, I don't know. But honestly, it's Jeffree Star. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a mix of all three, to be totally honest with you. But that is what is going on.
Not it's because he think he's cute. I would not put that past Skeletor, okay? That makes sense. That is up his alley. Yeah, crazy situation though. Whatever happened, I hope that, he does heal from the situation, because it sounds like it was a mess. It was a lot he had to deal with. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all this, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.